Good morning. Welcome back to Bible and Blues. It is 0600. What does the O stand for? Oh my God, it's early. It is Friday, however, and that is excellent news. And so I have a friend coming to visit tomorrow. He's going to be coming by train tomorrow morning. Uh, it's going to be almost noon before he's here. So I'm really looking forward to it. It shouldn't cause too much any interruption to what I do here. Probably about the only thing that'll cause any problem at all is I'm taking Monday off, so it's not going to be an early stream on Monday, but that's okay. I'm sure you'll forgive me. So today we're doing Psalm 96, and Psalm 96 is a little more upbeat of one. We seem to be in a string of more upbeat psalms, which I do appreciate. There was a little while there we're doing the Psalms of David where I was like, wow, this is just kind of rough here and there, but we've been out of that for a little bit, and it's been nice. Um, so I'm trying to think of what's going on aside from we're having a memorial service for my brother-in-law who passed from cancer this Sunday. I have another friend who uh, just got a diagnosis of cancer. So prayers to those who are in our lives who are battling that horrible thing. There are many forms of it. Um, my brother-in-law had a particularly vicious one, and he is definitely in a better place now. And so he was a good man. So pray for his family that was left behind here. And so I don't want to depress you, but these are facts of life that we have to deal with. Um, after the reading today, I want to talk a little bit about some of my ideas that I have. I have some ideas for, as you know, I'm real big on the concept of Christian unity. Um, so I'm trying to trying to figure out how to bring us together more. I have heard. Now, mind you, I'm relatively new to YouTube. Only been doing this about 6 months or so. But I've heard that there is a strong Christian community here within YouTube. I can't say I found it yet. And now over at VidMe, where I also post these things, there is I do get actually a lot more views of this very thing. So I post this on YouTube. I post this on VidMe, and out of the two places, VidMe definitely gets a great deal more attention for the Bible readings, which is great. But it tells me, and I think part of it has to do with just the very size of YouTube. YouTube is so huge. During the time I've been talking, there's been somewhere around 500 hours uploaded to YouTube. It's very hard to get noticed and to get seen. VidMe is a much smaller platform. It's much more personal, and I do really appreciate that. And so, but I just kind of want to comment about that. I'd love to see be a part of a much larger Christian community that loves and supports one another. So anyway, so without further ado, Psalm 96. I sing to the Lord a new song. Sing to the Lord, all the earth. Sing to the Lord, praise his name, proclaim his salvation day after day. Declare his glory among the nations, his marvelous deeds among all peoples. For great is the Lord, and most worthy of praise. He is to be feared above all gods, for all the gods of the nations are idols. But the Lord made the heavens. Splendor and majesty are before him. Strength and glory are his sanctuary. Ascribe to the Lord, O families of nations. Ascribe to the Lord glory and strength. Ascribe to the Lord the glory due his name. Bring an offering and come into his courts. Worship the Lord in splendor of his holiness. Tremble before him, all the earth. Say among the nations, the Lord reigns. The world is firmly established. It cannot be moved. He will judge the peoples with equity. Let the heavens rejoice. Let the earth be glad. Let the sea resound and all that is in it. Let the fields be jubilant and everything in them. Let all the trees in the forest Then all the trees in the forest will sing for joy. They will sing before the Lord, for he comes. He comes to judge the earth. He will judge the world in righteousness and the peoples in his truth. Here ends reading of the Lord. Thanks be to God. Judgment is most assuredly God's, and He will come to judge us and the entire world in general. And for those of us who follow Christ, our faith is that we'll be judged to be like Christ because of the sacrifice, because of our faith, because of our belief. And this is I'm getting a strange high CPU usage detected. I'll have to see what my processes are running, because that shouldn't be a problem with this computer. But anyway, be that as it may. So hopefully my stream health seems pretty good right now anyway. So I lost my train of thought. Judging. So the concept that God reigns over all the earth, and nature sings out. One of the things about the concept of God is that people have trouble with is the fact that we have a choice. We've been given a choice to follow or not follow. And out of all of nature, we're the only ones that have been given that choice. The rest of nature is the animals, the birds, the bees, all don't have a choice. The plants, the mountains, everything else is fully designed with no choice in the matter. And so we humans have been given the opportunity, the choice to follow him or to not. And so anyway, that's my thoughts on that. So one of the things I've been thinking about, of course, a lot is church unity, Christian unity. That's not the church as a whole, the church as Christ Church, not just the church as the building that I go to on Sundays and volunteer in, or the church that is big, the church that is small, the church that is in an auditorium, the church that is that is renting out space at the local elementary school, which has its own issues too. That's and not the church as in the pastor, because if your church is based on the pastor, it will fall apart when that pastor's not there, when that pastor disappears. So the church of God, the church of Christ, the bride of Christ, that is the church, and we are among that. And I believe very strongly in Christian unity, and the concept that yes, we can challenge each other. Yeah, yes, we should question things and ask questions. But we're of one mind, and we're like-minded. And we should present that and we should strive for that. Okay, to understand each other, to love one another. By your love we will be known by our love for one another. And if we're petty, and if we let little things get in the way, like differences in faith, differences in denominations, whether it's Baptist versus Methodist or Catholic versus Protestant, or or the frozen chosen Presbyterian, which I am now, versus the ultra methodical Methodist, which I was growing up, this, or Lutheran, or what have you. All these different denominations are still, they're all following the spine of that whole thing is Jesus and his teachings. And the ribs are all the different denominations. Well, it makes up part of it makes part of the body of Christ. That's part of his work. So one of my goals is and really always has been, but is to unify us as a church, not become a Unitarian church. We can talk about that if you want to, but to unify us as the Church of Christ. One of the things I really appreciate about my personal church is that our pastor, and I think that this happens in a lot of communities now, our pastor and the community of pastors that are within this region all get together on a weekly basis, and they have breakfast and they talk about things, and it helps to so because people do one of the things that we see people do is they hop from church to church to church trying to well, this one made me upset for this one, this one's being too money grubbing, or this one's trying, isn't doing enough outreach or whatever. And instead of stepping up and saying I'm going to do more outreach, people complain about it and move to another church. It's funny how it works. It's like, well, fix what's wrong with yours. Maybe you need to step up and spend some time. But the concept of the unity behind that is what I appreciate, and denomination doesn't have much to do with it. I'm in a Presbyterian church, but there's a couple of non-denominationals in there. There's there's a Baptist, there's a Lutheran, and it's good. It's good that they get together. And what are you doing that helps unify this? That helps to show this. Something that I'm interested in doing is creating a community over at VidMe that is Christ-based or theistic based, and the invitation is open. The invitation is open to Christians. It is open to seekers. It is open to atheists who want to come over and talk about it. It is not for rudeness. It is not for anger. It is not for degradation. So if you want to come over and say and call people names, that's not what it's going to be for, and that's not going to be, but if you want to come over and debate things and have respectful debate, that's what it's for. That's going to be there, because how do I know what your problem is with my faith if you don't have an invitation to come over and talk to me, and I can't speak to you in a respectful manner, because I have had a problem in the past personally with how I discuss things with atheists. I've had a problem with how I do that, and so it's far more aggressive than it should be. So that's some of the things I've been thinking about. If you have some ideas of how this could happen, how this could come together, let me know in the comments down below. If you like this idea, make sure you subscribe and make sure you hit that notification bell. The notification bell is both on YouTube and it is on VidMe, so make sure you do that. So anyway, find me in both places. I'm also on Twitter and Facebook. I'm on my personal name, so look for Camera on that. So thank you very much. Have a great, blessed day, and I will talk to you